Recording in progress.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular town board meeting for October 28th. I ask everybody to please turn off their electronic devices. I ask everybody to please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just want to mention that Councilman Jacoby is excused. He is not feeling very well. We're going to speedy recovery. With that, I would ask for any amendments to the agenda. Does anybody have anything?
And I would like accept the van bid on Auctions International.
Okay.
And number 9, introduction of local law number 8, 2004, or 2024.
Local law number 8. You set a public hearing.
Yes.
Anybody else? Ask for approval of the agenda as amended.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the, before we go to the approval of the minutes, I would ask some public comments. We have 2 people that signed up. Amy Whitrill.
Address River Road, Lewiston. It's on the sign-in chart. Mr. Banks, did the board get copies of the closing briefs on CWM?
No.
On October 1st, closing briefs after 20 years were filed on CWM. The hearings officer will make a non-binding recommendation, actually 2 of them, one to the commissioner designee and another to the citing board. And don't take my word for it, but I think the town and the county and the villages were extremely well represented, and I'd encourage Mr. Bax to make, assuming you got a link as opposed to 400 pages.
Yes, I could make sure that they have access to that. I could provide a link.
Yeah, and I know members of the county legislature have gotten access to the brief for the attorney for the town, one from the attorney for the school district and RRG and the Farm Bureau, another one from the attorney for Waterkeeper, and another one from the attorney for the Tuscarora, and one from myself as well. So I encourage you to take a look at that. There will be 2 more rounds, and then we'll find out whether or not we finally get a decision after 20 years, but we're near the end. The facility's been closed for 9 years, so I expect a very positive outcome for the town. Did everyone receive a link I sent to a sample modern annual report? I sent it late this afternoon.
I don't know that I received it. I haven't checked my email this afternoon.
Okay, I I may have forgotten to copy you, and if, I'll double check when I get home and forward it in case I did not.
Maybe I'll make sure that I forward it to everybody with the other link also, if you wanna get it to me.
Yeah, I did send it to the board and copied a couple of Lewiston's finest town employees, but for some reason you didn't make the cut, so I'll get you a copy. Speaking of which, I wanted to make sure that the board was aware of the Copeland lawsuit, that the town attempted to file a motion to dismiss in July, but the filing wasn't signed, so it didn't get filed. The counsel for the town tried again in August, and there was another technical deficiency, and it didn't get filed. Another attorney in the matter, representing some residents, asked for a conference in order to make sure that the attorney for the town actually filed the order that the judge agreed to a month earlier to give the town back its rights to enforce its short-term rental ban. So you now have that right back as of October 6th, thanks to other counsel. And in that conference, it was also determined that parties would have until September 27th to file a motion to dismiss. That was the third try, and the town did not file its motion to dismiss. So I leave it to the town board members to figure out what happened, but I would only offer in my own experience a story I love to tell about my favorite entry into my high school yearbook. From the halfback on the field hockey team, I played fullback behind. And she wrote that, Amy, it was always reassuring to know that whenever the ball slipped past me, you were right behind me to let it slip past you too. We never let it slip past us on purpose, and 3 attempts to file a motion to dismiss on an incredibly weak litigation against the town at this juncture is very troubling. So I hope, not unlike the delays and extension after extension after extension last summer, to let violations or to let the ban against the town's ability to enforce to continue, that the town is a little more prompt to get this issue resolved as quickly as possible. And where Modern is concerned, Mr. Bax has been aware of the issues for 10 years now. And I don't know how many times the ball has come your way, and Mr. Broderick, to your credit, a few years ago when I raised a question about a certain waste stream that the town wasn't being compensated for, you did ask that I speak to Mr. Bax, and I did, and this was a few years ago, and nothing happened. And it makes the town look as if it's leaving more than $1 million a year on the table, and that's not a very good look. So given the significance of that revenue and the fact that based on the last annual report I saw, this revenue stream has a remaining life of 12 years, that the town consider getting qualified contract people, financial people, and environmental people to take a very, very hard look at that relationship to make sure that the town's being treated fairly. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Singh.
Good evening, members. How are you? Just here, I was here a couple of weeks back at the work session, and I presented my plan for the rezoning of my lot. And I had spoken to the town supervisor, and he preferred that I gather some support from the town, and especially my neighbors, before this can be put on the agenda. I don't see my neighbors here, but I would like to present this data that I have collected, and if you would consider putting it on the next month's agenda to be discussed for the rezoning.
You can bring it to me.
Town Supervisor, the first page you see is the colored, zone, which is the zoning map of currently. My current lot is under TND, which is a blue, color. Basically, I'm allowed to open up certain businesses like a sitting or dining restaurant, but not able to open up a drive-through restaurant on this property. My lot behind me, and one more north is all blue, TND district. I'm surrounded by general business district. The only way I'm able to open up a drive-through restaurant is either getting a use variance or rezoning done to a general business district. I attempted the use variance last month in September, but that's almost impossible because it goes with the 4-question criteria, and one of the questions I'm not able to meet for any reason. So I was directed toward getting the rezoning done. Prior to getting into the work session, I actually had, I wanted to make sure that I speak to my neighbors and have them on board, and I actually spoke to one of them whose residence is right next door, and he comes under residential. We had a 2-hour meeting, had a coffee and a donut, and at the end of the meeting, I felt that we were on the same page, and he agreed, but for any given reason, a couple of days later, he changed his mind, which is perfectly fine. That's his right. I went and got more data on that property. So there's another property, if you look at that map itself, it's on Buffalo Street, which is exactly like mine, corner lot, and it's general business district. The two concerns with one of the neighbors and the neighborhood has maybe is their house value will go down, or the traffic will be an issue. If the house value go down because of traffic, I don't think that's correlated, because when traffic goes up in a town, it actually increases the house value because the commerce is increasing and it's becoming an active town basically. But I have an example in that sheet where it shows that actually the house value has gone up. So we're talking about traffic for a second. There's also data over there. Since 2011 up till now, it has actually reduced. That whole intersection has 600 less cars per day on an average basically. So the traffic has actually gone down since 10 years basically, and this is after this whole area has been rezoned into commercial and light commercial district and stuff like that. But if it does increase, the traffic does increase, that's a good problem to have. You know, that's when the state and the town will look at it, maybe widen the roads and stuff like that. It will increase construction activity, it will increase jobs. And especially town of Sanborn, where I research as well, 1 in 4 households is actually someone working in the construction industry. And it does not only affect the construction industry, it's also trucking, bringing supplies in and all that stuff, right? So it will be good for the town. And in regards to the house value, for some reason, every time I use the Tim Hortons out across the street, which comes in the town of Cambria, is not well received, even though that's giving $20,000 a year in town taxes and $18,000 a year in school taxes. And this Tim Hortons wanted to open up in this lot 10 years back, but it was denied because it was a residential area at that time. And town of Cambria took that opportunity and got them in there. But now the things have changed. We have commercial district all across, and there's only 3 lots which are TND district. But I brought an example of a Taco Bell, which is opening. It hasn't opened yet. It's opening in November in south of Buffalo, a town, pardon my pronunciation, Lackawanna, I'm sorry. It's listed for $2.8 million, and it's not open right now. It's exactly like my property, less than my property. It's 0.71 acres, same design that what we would like to have on it, and surrounded by residential, similar traffic count as well. So actually it proves that the house value doesn't go down, and there's an opportunity, especially for my neighbors, if they decide to do this, they can basically convert their zones as well and you know, progress from there. Again, I'm not forcing or not selling anything, but I'm just showing that possibility. Now, if I'm able to please get the opportunity to present this in an agenda next month, I can discuss this further, I can answer my neighbors' concerns, and I try to get the town on board to grant me this permission to change it from TND to a red district. If it doesn't happen, I'm still allowed to open up a sitting dining restaurant. Chances are it might not be a fast food restaurant, it might be Applebee's or Casey's or Buffalo Wild Wings, which may serve alcohol, you know, may have a bar over there. That may cause more issues. And once we approve a drive-through, that limits the amount of restaurants or what kind of facility which goes over there. And I know for sure, I can almost guarantee it that if I do not get approved today, 5 years, 10 years down the road, their kids, my neighbors basically, their next of kin will be standing where I'm standing right now and asking, requesting for the same. And it will be darn hard for them to approve that. So please, I request you to consider putting me on the agenda for this one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sanders. Okay,
So I got this by email today. It's me to read it. This is from Donna Garfinkel. It says, "Hello, I had planned to attend tonight's board meeting, but have been sick for a couple of days. Please read the following during the first public time. Has the town board or highway superintendent received the new drainage plan for Oak Hill subdivision / Hillside Drive from GHD that was approved on September 9th, 2024? When is the work scheduled to be started, and is there an approximate time period for completion? My husband and I would like to move forward with making our home livable again." Thank you. It's from Donna Garfinkel on Hillside Drive.
okay. I can send an email answer to her, but I don't have the answers right now, so, okay, thank you. Okay, with that, the approval of the minutes from the October 17th work session.
I reviewed them, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
The motion second, all in favor?
I voted to abstain, I was
Okay.
not here.
Okay, one abstention. Abstract of claims, Councilman Myers.
For October 28th of 2024, I move to approve the regular abstract of claims 24-02805 through 24-02913 and recommend payment in the amount of $137,349.03 plus a post audit of $2,501.68. That's a motion.
Second,
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Department head statements. Anything from the clerk's office?
Yes. We need a motion to delegate Supervisor Broderick as the voting delegate for the Association of Towns for the 2025 business session with Rob Moriel as an alternate.
I'll make that motion.
second,
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
I also need a motion for the town clerk to sign the certification. It is in front of you all.
I'll make the motion.
Second. We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Captain?
We are looking to fill a part-time vacancy. We have Kevin Guerin, last name is spelled Gruarin, comes as an experienced police officer. He's a full-time officer with the city of Niagara Falls. He has taken on a role as a full-time teacher and is looking to stay part-time in the field, and we're looking to hire him. This is an opening that came from the resignation last month.
Okay. Can I get a motion to hire Kevin Guerin at the contractual rate?
motion is stated.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Anything else?
That's all.
Tim, anything?
Yeah, so, we had talked before, a while back, about updating the codes, and we were trying to do them in-house, but it just kinda floundered, because the urgent outweighs the importance a lot of times. So I had reached out to Wendell and asked them just for a price on how much it would be to update our codes with regards to just some typos, some height issues, the Riverfront Overlay District, the PUD law, the subdivision law, the noise ordinance, the campground law, the trailer park law, and update that, and so I've gotten a price back. You should have all gotten a look at that. My recommendation to you all would be that we move forward with hiring Wendell to update that, just for the speed and their experience in it.
Yeah.
But it's up to you guys.
Yeah, and I talked to Bob Lannon in regards to this. He thought Wendell would be the engineering firm to go with since they did our comprehensive plan.
Right.
So I would ask for a motion to approve Wendell to update the town codes, at a total cost of $11,500, and 2 extra services, possible, an optional public meeting, for $1,500 and then supplemental services for $3,000. So I'd ask for a motion to approve Wendell to update the town codes.
The motion as stated?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And then, can I just formally request that if there is a commission to review those laws, that I be sat on it?
Well, it wouldn't be a commission, I think you can work
Just
with
as far as
Tim. You
committee,
can just,
yes.
yeah, you can work with Tim when Wendell comes in, because, I think it's gonna be a flowing document, things will come up. Tim, you brought up a couple things today. And Jackie, did we discuss how we're gonna pay for it? I thought we did.
My suggestion would be the, B fund balance,
Okay, so I would need a motion to fund this from the B fund balance.
because this does not include village, correct? This is just,
Right.
Right.
so
Okay,
B fund
good.
balance.
We have a motion of we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jackie, you're on the agenda. Deputy Supervisor, anything?
Nothing tonight.
About the water department, anything from the water department, Mr. Zana?
No.
Jeff Ritter?
I'm on the agenda.
Okay, Bob? Okay.
Jason has my item.
Mitch? Yeah, I didn't want to go Zana. I don't want to confuse anybody.
I just wanted to state, the highway department completed the drainage going down to the lower river. And it was a tedious job, and they did a phenomenal job doing it. I've been stopping there every couple of days watching the progress, and it's completed. I think all we got left is to put the fence in, and it's, be waiting for a rainstorm to see how good the water flows.
Yeah. Not 3.5 inches in an hour and a half.
But thank you, and thank your men.
Melinda?
Yes. Excuse me. Tomorrow is our Halloween party at the senior center at 11 o'clock. If anybody wants to come, wear your costume, and we'll have the costume contest for the seniors and cider and donuts. Everything else is in the newsletter, which everyone has.
Okay. Mrs. Maggard,
Yes,
did you have something?
yes, I do. I talked to John, to announce it, but he apparently is very sick.
Yeah.
So, we would like to get some advertising out on the, commission for more people.
You need 2 people for your historic preservation
Yes.
committee? Commission? So 2 volunteers for the historical preservation. Yeah, we'll get it up on the website, and we'll get it on our Facebook account,
Okay,
and we'll go from there.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I think, Nick, you didn't have anything, did you?
Nothing from mine.
Okay, I think that covers it. Tim Smith was unable to be here. He had the trunk or treat over the weekend. It was a huge success. And every program that we've been doing between Melinda and Tim has been a huge success. And unfortunately, I think we're creating a monster of both programs. Be careful what you wish for. So, we'll go from there. Okay, Auctions International. I know you have it, actually it was under the clerk's office. But,
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. If you want to just read it off, that's fine.
no, that's okay, we'll keep it under your agenda. Nothing under old pending business, nothing under new business. My liaison report, we have a request in here. Dear members of the town board, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing as a resident of Lewiston to formally request name change for a side street off Country Club Trail located in Lewiston Heights area. The proposed name for the street is as follows: from Mountain Ash to Augusta Lane. I'd also like to change the new build address from 5107 Country Club Trail to 7 Augusta Lane, as the driveway comes off Augusta Lane. I believe this change would not have any detrimental effect on our community. There's no impact on anyone's address at this point, as there is no existing home in the stub street. The new name reflects an important aspect of Country Club Trail's history, and we would like to preserve that. If there are any additional procedures or steps I need to follow, please let me know, and I will gladly comply. So before we even consider a name change off of Country Club Trail, and Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like that's gonna be the only house that'll ever be on that road, correct?
That's what he said, but
it could change.
I mean, there is another 30 acres that he owns right behind that stub road, so, you know, never say never.
Right. Okay, so, but right now, what we have to do is we would have to run any consideration by the police, fire dispatch and Lockport, and our town highway. So he just wanted to introduce it. We can do a little bit more research, see if it's a problem, and then the board can eventually vote on it. But I just wanted to read that in, into the record. No action at this time. Did we not already change the work session, or no, we did not, did we, Jackie? From November 11th?
To the 14th?
Yeah. So, we'll do it officially. So, the work session was scheduled for the 11th, which is, Veterans Day. So, it needs to be rescheduled to the 14th, Thursday the 14th at 6 p.m., at 6 p.m. So can I get a motion to reschedule the work session from November 11th to November 14th at 6 p.m.?
Just a question, is it 6 p.m. or 5:30? 5:30 is
No,
what's written.
5:30 is gonna be the public hearing for the preliminary budget.
Well, I think the problem is, not that it's a problem, but zoning board is scheduled for the 14th at
Right.
6 o'clock as
Oh,
well.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'll restate that. We need a motion for November 14th at 5:30 p.m. As zoning will be changed to 7 p.m. on November 14th. Thank you.
Make a motion.
A motion,
Second.
motion a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Also, we had to be determined our regular town board meeting, I believe, for December. And Monday falls on December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve. I would ask for a motion to have it scheduled on December 23rd at 6 p.m. As long as nobody has a conflict with that. I don't have a conflict either. Can I get a motion to schedule it on December 23rd at 6 p.m., our regular town board meeting?
Motion as stated.
Second?
We have a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Also, on January's, work session and reorganization meeting, it falls on the 13th. We haven't set those dates yet, but I believe it'd be more appropriate. We usually like to have the reorganization meeting in the first week, if possible. So I'd like to reschedule, even though it hasn't been scheduled yet, our work session and reorganization meeting for January 6, 2025 at 6 p.m.
That's the motion.
You can, I'll make that motion.
Second?
The motion is second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
January 6th.
Opposed?
At 6 o'clock.
Motion carried. Okay. Al, anything for legal?
Nothing at this point,
Okay.
thank you.
Bob, anything for engineering?
No, sir. No.
Okay. Jackie, budget revisions?
Yes, I previously submitted 6 budget revisions in your board packets, and tonight I ask for approval to process them.
Yes, I reviewed the budget revisions with Jackie today, and I'll make a motion to accept them.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Also presented before you is the 2025 preliminary budget. I ask that you accept it at this time.
Okay.
Do you need a motion?
No, not to accept, no, I don't believe so. But we do need a motion to set up a public hearing on the 2025 preliminary budget. And that would be Thursday, November 7th at 5:30 p.m. It'll just be a public hearing on the preliminary budget. And I'd ask for a motion to set that preliminary, or that, public hearing November 7th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, I'll make that motion as stated.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Good, Jackie?
Yep, thank you.
Okay, Councilman Jacoby is off, we already took care of him. Councilman Morial.
Yes, I have the sewer, modern sewer use agreement for leaching. When Mr. Ritter raise the rate from 3.5 cents to 4 cents. I don't know, if Jeff, you wanna elaborate on any of it, or is just,
Well, we're gonna progressively raise rates, every year. What Modern is trying to do eventually is, create their own treatment plant and, discharge into our sewer, what fits in our town code. So I can see them partnering up with them for, quite a long time. So, we decided to go to 4 cents per gallon.
Which is we calculated as a 14% increase, so it sounds like not much, 0.5%, but 14% of what we took in last year is quite a bit of money.
okay, so that's we need a motion to accept that? To move it to 4 cents?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Your van.
Oh, the van bid, okay, I'm just looking at it now. We put, a 2010 Chevy Express van that we've been using here, and we put it on Auctions International, and the closing bid, and the high bid was $5,300. I move forward to accept that amount for the van. It's a motion to accept that $5,300.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carried.
That's it for me.
Is the car?
Van.
That's the van.
The car-
Cars, no, we're not accepting it.
Okay.
Yeah. Councilman Myers.
So make a motion to introduce, local law number 8 of 2024, which is a local law modifying chapter 320 towers of the town of Lewiston Code, as presented to us. Motion. And also to, set the public hearing for November 14th, so all in one motion.
And that'd be at 5:30, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The 14th of it. I'll second it.
So we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all right.
Councilwoman Webster.
Nothing to, report, but, I will say that the event this weekend was wonderful. I think that there probably was about 100 kids from about my count with the candy that I handed out. But what I like the most is the collaboration between, the senior center and the rec department. I think that it has really strengthened the community. And then moving forward, I think that there's gonna be more things that are good to come out of that relationship, so.
I agree, I think we're bridging the gap of seniors and juniors and making it more where everybody uses it. I know we have a cornhole league, correct? Tim puts on a cornhole league, I think that's done at the senior center. He's talking about doing bocce, you know, so, and one of the goals that I had talked to Melinda when she took over the senior center was, we don't want it just where people think that just, you know, older people go and just eat lunch. And we've gotten younger seniors to enjoy the senior center, so.
I think they're doing
definitely
yoga
good.
right now. There's
Pardon?
yoga there, Tim has
Yeah,
yoga.
my wife's there,
Yeah.
so, anything else there?
That's it.
Okay, privilege of the floor, I guess Ms. Whitfield wants to make a comment.
Yes, I just, didn't see, Wendell on the agenda, and I would encourage the board to get a, second quote for a couple of reasons. First of all, the 2011 quote-unquote update was not a conforming comprehensive plan. It doesn't even have a cover sheet that says who prepared it. More concerning, at the time Wendell was doing that plan for the town, they were doing the traffic study for the CWM application. And they would have known, they should have known that the State Environmental Quality Review Act would require review of the comprehensive plan for the town as part of CWM's application. So it's not exactly a remote conflict of interest. And of course, the other obvious concern is competitive bidding, in addition to the fact that if Mr. Masters has many changes that need to be done, errors that were made the last time around, maybe it would be better not to hire the same firm that looked at it 15 years ago and get a fresh set of eyes. I would also encourage the board to take a look at the 2000 comprehensive plan, which was led by Ralph Garucci, may he rest in peace. That was actually superb. And those of us who submitted closing briefs on CWM were asked by the hearings officer to brief specifically on that document. The 2011 document is tiny by comparison, and I certainly would encourage the board, since the state likes these updated every 5 years, to consider doing a comprehensive plan, because it's not done behind closed doors. It's done in a professionally facilitated manner, and there are usually 2 or 3 public meetings and subcommittees. We have tremendous expertise in this community that can be helpful, in addition to the terrific expertise of our town employees, and would certainly anticipate that any of the typos that would be fixed in the current code would not materially at all change the intent of the code, because of course that would trigger a requirement for a comprehensive plan as well. But not only for competitive business bidding reasons, but particularly this firm, particularly its notoriety on the Board of Elections campaign finance website, and particularly given the conflict 15 years ago, maybe get a second choice, second opinion, and second bid, and compare the two. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak? Come on, kids. No? No takers?
Can I just clarify?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't word it real well, but a lot of the things that we are updating are, like the mobile home law has never been touched since 1971. The campground law, 1971. And a lot of the typos were leftovers from the previous code, so it's not mistakes that were made in the 2012 round. These were historical things that have never been touched in the last 30, 40, 50 years. So.
Thank you.
And that's what the firm is supposed to review whenever
Okay.
they touch a comprehensive plan.
Point taken. Upcoming board commission meetings, historic preservation is November 12th at 5:45 p.m. The town board work session will be November 14th at 5:30 p.m. The zoning board will be November 14th at 7 p.m. And the planning board will be November 21st at 6:30 p.m. At this time, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Good motion, second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. If you need something signed, bring them on up.